Welcome back to Sports Cruise on Our Media, and I am your host, Mercy. Today we are discussing FIFA Club World Cup progressions, quarterfinals, and some of the happenings in the world of football so far. Now, for the FIFA Club World Cup, as we all know, we have successfully completed the round of 16 games, and we have 8 teams progressing to the quarterfinals of the competition. Now, there has been a lot of shocking developments in the past 48 hours, as well as the past couple of days, where teams like Inter Miami, Inter Milan, Juventus have been dropped from the competition, and there's been a lot of surprising outcomes so far. Now, let me give you the breakdown of the teams that have made it to the next stage of the competition. We have, 5 European teams: Chelsea, Bayern, PSG, Dortmund, and Real Madrid. So it's safe to say that in the list of the teams that have made it, the European teams are still standing tall. We have one Asian team, which is Al Hilal, and then 2 South American teams, which are Palmeiras and Fluminense. So now, there was conversations about European teams and their quality in this competition, and looking at the number of contenders they have as against other confederations, it's safe to say that European football is not under any serious threat, as they have 5 teams qualifying to the next stage of the competition. And in the next couple of games, we have 4 games in total, with Palmeiras faces Chelsea. I want to hear from you what you think the predictions of these games are going to be. Now, I'm looking for the person who can safely, predict all the games for the knockout, for the quarterfinal games, and we just may have something special for you. So for the first game, we have Palmeiras versus Chelsea, Fluminense faces Al Hilal, PSG Bayern, and Dortmund faces Real Madrid. Now, moving on to the next story in this, FIFA World Cup developments. It's sad to announce that the Bellingham Brothers will not be facing each other as expected previously. There had been talks about how the outcome of that specific game is going to be. Now, let's not forget that Dortmund will face Real Madrid. So, had it not been for Joby Bellingham's, yellow cards that he faced in previous matches, he is not going to participate in the upcoming match, which means that Jude and Joby will not face each other. And I know there's a lot of reactions coming from fans, especially on that particular game. I want to hear from you. What do you think the predictions are going to be? With Joby's absence in that match, do you think Jude can rise to the occasion and then make a great name for himself? Or what do you think the outcome of that specific game between Dortmund and Real Madrid is going to be? I want to hear from you in the comment section below. Drop your comments. Let's get interactive. Now, to other news on FIFA Club World Cup, still on FIFA Club World Cup. Liga President Javier Tebas has said that he is going to strive and try to make sure that this FIFA Club, tournament does not continue. Now, if they continue with the schedule they have for this FIFA Club tournament, it means that into 2029, there's going to be another one of this tournament. Now, this is the extended version where 32 teams from different confederations are playing. And the La Liga president feels that this tournament is sort of needless. Speaking at a football event, Tebas was asked how FIFA can revise, the FIFA Club World Cup and make it better. And then he responded by saying, by eliminating it. That is a very shocking statement to make, because he says that his goal is to make sure there are no more Club World Cups. And to him, he says that the goal is clear, as he feels that this tournament is needless. As in the next year, which is 2026, we are going to have the FIFA World Cup. And he feels like this is a very needless tournament. And prior to the start of the FIFA Club World Cup, there had been, a lot of controversies around the tournament, where people have also expressed their displeasure in the football, the tournament, because of conditions. As we know, we are in summer, and in USA, where the tournament is being held, the weather conditions are very unfavorable to teams from other continents, and it is reflecting in their performances, it's reflecting in their attendances, and a lot of talks have come out from this tournament. But I think progressing into the middle of the tournament up until this stage, there has been a little bit of positivity looking at how the tournament is turning out, looking at the surprises, looking at the upsets that have risen up so far. I think more eyes have come onto the tournament, but as Javier Tebas is saying, he thinks this tournament is very needless, and left to him alone, he'll make sure that it does not occur again in the next 4 years. And we are waiting to see what the development is going to be in the next 4 years. Are they going to keep up with it? Are they going to change it to the previous schedule they had? Are they going to maintain the 32 teams format? Or what is the way forward with the FIFA Club World Cup? And whatever happens, we'll be sure to bring you the news on that regard. Away from Club World Cup, and all that is happening, we have some news from the transfer world where Liverpool has rejected Bayern's approach for Luis Diaz. Liverpool has firmly rejected any new approaches that has come from FC Bayern to sign Luis Diaz. They are insisting on their intention to keep the player, and they are saying that they have no plans to negotiate his departure. Now, I don't know how Bayern is going to take this news, but Liverpool is very firm on their decision, and they are saying, I think this is a warning to all the other parties that may be interested in Luis Diaz, that we are not ready to let go of Luis, so back off. And moving on from Liverpool, we have news from Barcelona and Nico Williams. Now, the current news on his signing to Barcelona is that Liga President Javier Tebas is saying that Barcelona cannot sign Nico Williams. Now, the details of this information have not yet been clear, but his decision is quite firm, where he says that Barcelona are not clear to sign Nico Williams. This may be because of their 1-1 rule, their 50-50 rule, but in recent times there has not been any news of any recent transfers. There was news of people like Ferran Torres and Araujo having to leave the club to pave way for new signings. But in recent times, we've seen transfers like Ansu Fati leaving to AS Monaco, and there has not been any positive news on any other transfers that will activate, Nico Williams' release clause and then complete his signing to Barcelona. And as Tebas has said, he is clear on, that particular decision, that Barcelona are not clear to sign Nico Williams as of today. But whatever the news is, we'll be sure to bring you the updates on that side. Moving on, we have news from Juventus, where Jonathan David has made history by becoming the first Canadian player to sign for Juventus. Now, the 25-year-old player joins Italian giants from his former club Lille as a free agent. And as of June 30th, Jonathan David ended his contract with Lille, and officially he has become a free agent. And this news of his joining, signing for Juventus is also out there. So this is history in the making. 25-year-old Canadian player in Juventus. I think this is a very interesting signing, and I am personally looking forward to how the Juventus, the Italian side, are going to utilize him and then turn around things for their team. As we all know, Juventus have been kicked out of the FIFA Club World Cup last night, as their game between Real Madrid did not go, as planned. Unfortunately for them, Real Madrid pulled a quick one, so Juventus is currently out of the FIFA Club World Cup. And I am hoping that they are preparing for the new season as it is. And with their new signing, I hope they make a lot of changes and they make a lot of progress with their team. This has been Mercy, and this has been Sports Cruise. Thanks for tuning in and joining me. Hope to catch you soon.